Hey beautiful people, how y'all doing today? I thought of a memory and I wanted to do a story time. My friend was talking about jealousy in the salon today, and I decided to come on here and tell y'all about a story time, one of my first lessons of jealousy, like my really first lessons of jealousy, and how I let doubt, like literally had let doubt, a person that was jealous of me put doubt in my heart. So back by this time, me and my husband had graduated out of high school. We had 2 kids. Okay, it's like a year after our graduation. We pretty much had 2 kids. My husband working 2 jobs, and he was just doing side jobs. I had kind of just had my son, and I was very sickly when I was pregnant with him. And pretty much my husband I had got fired from my job. When I got fired, my husband was like, "You don't work no more." And I used to be scared because, one, I wasn't used to no man doing all the stuff that he did. I never saw that growing up. And 2, I just felt like he couldn't do it alone. But he was adamant about not working. He was working 2 jobs. And I remember we had went to the doctor, and the way the doctor had treated me and my husband, like telling us we kids, we need to be doing this, we need to be doing that with our daughter. My husband kind of like snapped at him. He was like, we're married, you know. He said we're a couple, we're taking care of our children, and we're not asking for no handouts. Pretty much, he was like, what else is there to do? He pretty much shut that shit down, and my husband pretty much protected me. He protected me at that doctor. I remember it was a black nurse in there, and she told my husband, he was like, good job, you stand up for your girl, and you stand up for your babies, and don't let nobody talk to you. And people used to always, you know what's crazy? That's a different story. That's gonna be a different story. But let's stick to this story because y'all know how I be venturing off. Anyway, so my husband was kind of like fed up because back then we was on Medicaid. They wouldn't give us food stamps because I refused to put him on child support. What the fuck I'm gonna put my nigga on child support for if he stay at the house and he take care of us? I told them motherfuckers, y'all either gonna give me these food stamps or y'all not. But I ain't putting no black man on no child support. If I gotta beg a nigga to take care of my kids, then I don't want him. I don't need his fucking money. That's just me. I don't care what y'all think. That's just how I am. Anyway, moving on. So one day out of the blue, he came home and he was like, we got to get married. So remember I told y'all the day I got married, I didn't know I was going to get married. He told me this on the Saturday. And I was like, and we couldn't, no, he told me this on a Thursday. Yeah, I think on the Thursday. And by that Friday, we couldn't find nobody. I was just like, you know what, don't worry about it. We'll get married when you get back. But my husband pretty much talked to this guy. He was a Mormon. That's how I ended up getting married in a Mormon church. And I actually was going to a Mormon church. That's another story, but yes, I was a Mormon. It was a small stint. I was a Mormon, okay? It didn't last for about 6 months because them niggas was weird. Anyway, long story short, we got married. We got married, like, out the blue. Like, it was so funny because the pastor said, we like to congratulate the Hardricks on their nuptials. And I'm like, damn, doesn't somebody in here give me, like, he said, you got a cousin? I said, you got a cousin in here or something? He was like, no, fool, we get married. I said, well, shit, when you gonna tell me? Long story short, the day I got married, I didn't know I was getting married, but I got married. That's a whole other story. Anyway, so I ended up being with my husband, and we got married. We got married on the 1st. We took the paperwork to the courthouse, and it was a Sunday. That Monday, my husband was sent off to basic on the 3rd. So my anniversary is on the 1st. My husband's Army anniversary is on the 3rd. Okay, so when my husband was gone, I had a girl that I was cool with, that she was a single mother, and she had a friend that used to come over and chill with her, right? So we got cool, and like my car had broke down while my husband was at basic, but I really didn't need a car because I didn't work, and my mom was a truck driver. So whenever I would need a car, I would drive my mom's car, or I would get my brother to come pick me up and drop me off. But I really didn't go nowhere. I pretty much stay at home mom. They used to always, the girl that I used to hang out with, that we had bonded, you know, because she had 2 kids, I had 2 kids. She had 2 little girls, and my daughter used to play with her little girls. Now her daughters was older, and the other chick had like 3 or 4 kids. I can't even remember her, but to me she was kind of weird because she was like a flunky, and she used to always do shit. Now back then, I was from the West Side, so I stayed in Northport. And the girl that I was cool with, she used to act real hard. By this time, that I used to fight a lot. So by this time, when my husband like put me in Northport, I didn't act like that no more. It was exhausting. All I would care about were my kids and him. So like when people get aggressive and shit with me, I was so over. I just used to let them be. So she used to kind of like be aggressive. Now I used to catch that bitch. She ain't never punked me, but she used to like be one of them girls that you always talk shit like, I beat a bitch ass, yada yada yada. I just used to be like, okay, you know, that's just how I am, because she never was like that with me, but she was like that with everybody else. So she ended up oh, and she was a closet freak. She used to be a side piece to a pastor who used to come over there and fuck her and throw her a couple of dollars. Now she had a baby daddy, but the baby daddy was in and out of jail, and he used to beat her ass, low key beat her ass. You see, I think I was the only one, because for some reason every time he used to whoop her ass, I used to catch it, because all I used to do was sit on the porch and let my kids play. I think my mother-in-law stayed downstairs, so I think my mother-in-law do it too. Anyway, so like after he would beat her ass, we had got cool. So after he would come in and he would beat her ass, she would just come down with me like, I'm sick of this nigga and his shit. And she used to come down there and like unload on me. I didn't drink then, but I have always smoked. So I used to sit on the porch and smoke, and she would come down there she would just unload, and I just let her. I mean, I used to do Harry anyway. That's what people do. So I used to just let her unload, and I'd be smoking. I just pass her the blunt, and she'll smoke with me. She'll unload, and she'll go back. And like when I used to go, when my car broke down, she would be like, hey, I'm going to the store. You want to go? I'd be like, yeah, shit, I'll go. And when we would go to the store, I knew she would, if she used to have food stamps, and she'd be like, hey, how about I let you, she pretty much used to buy my groceries, and like, you know, cause like I would keep her kids for her, cause when she went to work, yoda, and I'd be like, I knew she needed the money, and because my husband basic check was paying all the bills, I said this. I would just give her. I was like, well, like for instance, like she would have stuff that would cost cash. So since I would put my little groceries on with her food stamp, whatever the cash amount, I would just pay the cash amount. And then I said, hold on. She would go to pay the cash, and I'd be like, hold on. And I just swiped my card, and when I did that, she was grateful. She was like, damn, thank you. I was like, well, you took me to the store, and you put my food stamps on there, but she was like, you keep my kids. I was like, still, I got it. It don't, because that's just how I am. Even to now, that's how I am. Like, if somebody needs something, I got it. I help. Last night, went to a restaurant, I forgot to pay the tip. I literally made a U-turn, turned around, and gave the lady her tip. Oh, shit. I was finna pull my heat. All I seen was a shadow, but that's my husband standing behind the car. Anyway, baby, you can come sit in the car with me. Anyway, so long story short, that's how we had got real cool. So my husband basic was closing in, and he ended up, he got finished with basic and he came home. All right. Now, back then, I was really, I'm gonna be honest, I was very male-centered when it came to my husband and my family. My husband took care of me, and I used to be really grateful, so I used to give him all my attention. My husband did not seek all my attention. I just liked to be in his face. I was young. Back then, the goal was to be married to your baby daddy and be a wife. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like back then, I did what I was supposed to do. I was proud of myself. I got my husband. I got my real baby daddy. He's taking care of me. He loved me. So I was really just into my man. Okay? So when he got back, it was me and him. And plus, that's the first time I ever been away from him that long. You know what I'm saying? So it was like my man was back. So when he came back, we was a family. We was doing family stuff. Now, remember when he was gone, me and old girl was cool. But when he came back, I was just being a family-oriented, intimate person. Now, remember, they never will refer to my husband as my husband. They kept referring to him as my baby daddy, right? It didn't click until he came back, right? I'm going to come back with part 2.